I leave today for Bangkok to pay respect to His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej. His Majesty the King was a true friend of the Philippines, whose state visit in 1963 continues to resonate to this day. He will be remembered for his dedicated efforts to foster goodwill and friendship between our nations and peoples. For all he has done to bridge peoples through greater understanding, he truly deserves a special place in history. After Thailand, I will proceed immediately to Kuala Lumpur for an official visit, a part of my introductory visits to countries in Southeast Asian countries. I will meet with Prime Minister Dato Sri Mohammed Najib bin Tun Abdul Razak to discuss ways of sustaining the growth both our countries, ensuring peace and inclusive development for our people. The focus of my visit shall be to strengthen the Philippines' partnership with Malaysia for security and stability. These are the foundations of our nation's peace process, progress, and prosperity. Foremost on my agenda is the maritime security and the fight against piracy at sea. As maritime nations, we do have a stake in ensuring that our waterways are secure and that criminal and terrorist elements do not use our seas to undertake their illegal activities. I will also seek greater cooperation in the war against illicit drug trade. This menace knows no boundaries, and cooperation between our nations is vital in order to address this problem. The bilateral defense, security, and law enforcement efforts should be seen as supporting both our nations' resolve to contribute to greater stability in Southeast Asia and in the larger region. The Philippines recognizes Malaysia's role in pursuing just and lasting peace in Mindanao. In my talk with the Prime Minister, I shall seek Malaysia's continued support for the peace process in southern Philippines. Of course, our economic cooperation will be important point of reference. I will discuss the ways of intensifying two-way trade and investment as well as support of the Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, East Asia growth area to spur Mindanao growth. The two tracks of peace and prosperity have to be pursued to ensure that the development that we aim will benefit all. I will also use the occasion to identify other opportunities for broader collaboration with Malaysia. During my visit, I will meet the hard-working Filipino community in Malaysia. Their interests are at the core of our visit to Kuala Lumpur. As I update members of ASEAN and Malaysia, as founding members, we share a commitment to uphold ASEAN values in the region. I will seek Malaysia's full support for the Philippines ASEAN chairmanship in 2017. I am hopeful that my visit will move further forward as we pursue common aspirations for our peoples, our nations, and our region. As I have sworn to you before, my guiding principle in this and all engagements will be the protection of the national interest of our people. We will be unflagging in our effort to pursue our independent foreign policy consistent with the provision of our Constitution and the mandate reposed on the office of the President. Salamat po. I can take few questions to clear the air. Anybody from?
Yes. Ted Tuvera. By the way, Mr. President, we are taking off in 15 minutes, so we have about room for 3 questions.
Are we supposed to arrive there on time? I think we're landing on a military base. I understand it. Okay.
Good morning, sir. Sir, are you going to raise Chairman Nurmiswari's claim that Malaysian leaders are involved in the Sidapan kidnapping? And sir, also your statement on Chairman Miswari's statement saying that MILF are traitors and that the government should reconsider talking to them.
Hindi ko makuha yung second. But the first is, I will talk to everybody. We will having in almost immediately after my visit, and I've talked to Malaysia, I will convene a meeting. Then we will make the introductory presentation of the proposed revised Bangsamoro transition document. And Miswari is now in Abu Dhabi, I think, or he is supposed to leave for Abu Dhabi. I don't know, but yung kanya, there seems to be almost an implied agreement that we will have separate talks with Miswari. But he's abroad right now, and I really do not know when he will be back to talk to us. But at least in principle, we have agreed that we stop the war everywhere involving MN and the government. So practically today, there's a ceasefire with the Communist Party of the Philippines, and we are saving our energies because Murad and Jafar have also agreed, and I signed the document. Mukhang kung swertehin tayo, after 2 years maybe, we can have a partial lahat na, cessation of armed violence in the country.
Sir, another question, sir. Will you raise the Sabah claim of the Philippines to the Malaysian authorities?
Not at this time, because my visit is just 1 day to focus on what is happening in the Molucca Strait. That area there is a vital artery going to the Pacific Ocean. Either you go down under Mindanao, or you can make your exit from Asia via the north, that is from Japan. So mamili lang sila. But what is important that I can talk to him about these issues of including the rebellion of the Moro in Olo and the Zamboanga Archipelago.
Thank you, sir.
We have Maricel Halili from TV5.
Hi, Mr. President. Good morning. Sir, may we have your statement about the decision of Supreme Court yesterday allowing the burial of former President Marcos sa talibingin ng mga bayani, because some sectors are concerned about this, that how can they move forward if about 72,000 martial law victims have not received justice until now?
Well, as I have said, as a lawyer, I stick by what the law says. The law says that soldiers and ex-presidents, yung namatay, o baski hindi siguro ex, basta presidente ka, doon ka ilibing. Now, the question of this tussle about the dictatorship of Marcos is something which cannot be determined at this time. It has to have history. Kasi yung nasaktan, and it was a contention really of a political fight, initially, then turned sour because of the power struggle of the ruling political families in this country. And almost it deteriorated into something almost like a revolution. That part of the sins of Marcos has yet to be proven by a competent court. Yung sabihin lang niya na wala yung pera, that is altogether another different issue. But yung as far as the right or the privilege to be buried sa libingan ng mga bayani, I simply follow the law. Wala tayong magawa dyan. The law itself says that, he fits the completion to a T. He was a president, and he was a soldier. I am limited to that issue. And on both counts, I would say yes.
Okay. Sir, on other issue, may we have your reaction on the test case filed by Senator Laila De Lima? Yesterday, sabi po ng Supreme Court, they are requiring the Solgen to discuss about your immunity. What's your take on this, sir?
I don't know what are my sins. So, I'd rather leave it to the court. If there are cases filed already, edi hayaan natin. Mine was just to make public what was or is the corruption of the day and how drugs flourish inside our penal institutions, not only sa Muntinlupa, but sa mga kolonya. And to this day, they are still making money from the inside. Ang traffic ng droga sa Pilipinas nanggagaling sa prisuhan. Sila yung may contact doon sa labas. At sila lang rin yung pwedeng mag-order. Any other guy would not do. But most of these guys are now in prison. So, kung sabihin mo na nahuli na natin yung mga drug lords, kulang yan. Kasi just like in mafia, in Mexico, the cartel there, Escobar, they continue to direct the traffic of drugs, cocaine, heroin, from their prison cells. Hindi nakaiba dito, as revealed by everybody. It's not enough that they are in prison. They have to be immobilized.
Thank you, sir.
Joseph Morong of GMA.
Sir, good morning po. Just going back a little bit on the Marcos issue. So yesterday, I think the SP Pimentel is saying that he may talk to you to maybe reconsider that decision. So the Supreme Court said naman there's no legal impediment, but it's up to you to really...
No, I do not have the sole power of the changing fortunes of this country. No president is allowed to have that kind of power at his... It has to be based on a law. Better, tingnan mo lang yung batas para sigurado ka. If you begin to speculate about allowing it, then you have to justifies so many reasons why. And there are thousands or more than stories to tell and to weave out of martial law. The better practice is just to let it go by what the law says.
So ibig sabihin, there's no changing the decision, sir, that yung itutuloy na talaga yung pag...
Well, I saw Bongbong yesterday in Tacloban. Sabi ko, it's your choice. Sabi niya na, same question like you. Can we now proceed? Ko, yes, you can. I've said before, I will not take my word back.
Sir, just one last question. Sir, on coming from the perspective of the victims, no? Kasi yung libingin ng bayani carries a certain meaning for some people. And then, ang sinasabi nila is that it has a tendency, because of the decision of the Supreme Court, to change a narrative of this country. Can we now consider Mr. Marcos, because he will be buried at the libingan ng mga bayani, can he be considered now a hero?
He being a hero? Well, it depends on the beholder. You know, let me just, I'm not promoting any class struggle here. But all the Ilocanos are downhearted by the decision for so long that Marcos be buried at the libingan ng mga bayani. Halos lahat, without buong Ilocano nation, they are sad. Para sa kanila walang kasalanan si Marcos. And he was true to his word of what happened during the new society. Sabi ko, cannot be judged now. Mahirap yan ganon because mayroon pa mga nagsusulat, na tinatamaan, nakulong. Meron namang iba. So some great things that happened, well, of course, the discipline, the cleanliness initially, but towards the end of his term, or rule, for that matter, deteriorate because he lost control of the governmental machinery for being sick. Hindi na niya kaya. So doon nagka-leche-leche ang sitwasyon.
Our last question, Mr. President, is from the Philippine Daily Inquirer, Marlon Ramos.
Good morning po, Mr. President. Sir, regarding lang po sa the remarks that you made about the Vice President yesterday in Tacloban, which to many come as inappropriate and even tasteless. Are those necessary considering the event?
Again, I didn't get you.
Yung
You're saying about the
remarks
Vice
about the Vice President,
Yes, sir.
which to many see it or come as inappropriate and even tasteless
To
to the Vice President. Even the Vice President has actually issued a statement that what you said about her yesterday were tasteless and inappropriate, considering
banda?
that sa Tacloban event.
what about?
Yung binanggit niyo po yung tinitignan niyo yung tuhod niya and that she's wearing short
Tuhod lang?
skirt during your
Yeah, I
cabinet
said she
meetings.
was wearing a skirt. Her tuhod was walang Sabi ko hindi nagsisimba ito. It is appropriate. As a matter of fact, it is good. So what's the problem there? What find an issue? Success, lure? Nandiyan na naman yung media. Ano ba sabihin ko? Totoo naman. And I said that every meeting, you ask all of the cabinet members just to lighten the moment. What's so special about the knee of a person?
Sir, sorry sir, but are those kind of comments necessary for an event commemorating a tragedy?
Yes, it is necessary to make people laugh, for them to enjoy the occasion. Kasi galit ako. I was angry yesterday because after 42 billion sa NHA, pati after 30 billion sa DSSD. Hindi kami dyan, ha? Bago lang kami pumasok. Ang naka-occupy pa lang is 4,000. Kaya ako to break the ice, yun ang ginawa ko. So what's so special about the body of a woman? Or the knee of a woman na walang kalyo? Ibig sabihin, baka hindi nagsisimba.
But isn't it offending, sir, for the president to be making those kind of comments about the vice
Well, what's wrong
president?
being president? I do not stop
Or a
being
woman,
president
any-
just because I do not exact standard for me. I will do what I say, and I say what I do. Those joke like that is nothing unless umakyat ka sa tuhod hanggang dito. Then that would be an extreme bad taste. Pero sabihin mo na, tignan mo, hindi ito tuhod nito. So, what's wrong with the knee of your wife? I mean, you have a wife. But what's wrong with that? If I say yung tuhod ng asawa mo, gasgas ka sa simba, may kalyo na. You want to depict me as bastos? You can. Have your day. It's not my concern to impose the standard kung yan, ano. Do not put a limitation or cast aspersion sa mga biro ko. Kasi ako, hindi ako general, politiko ako. Natural sa amin niya magpatawa, lalo na after magalit. And just to point out something there, you make a big issue about ituhod na
Sir, last na po.
is that the trivialities of media? It's so trivial.
Sir, last na po. Yung regarding po sa killing ni Mayor Espinosa ng
The what?
the death of the killing of Mayor Espinosa Palbera Leyte.
Well, what about?
Are you puzzled, sir, by
Why should
What?
why should I be puzzled? You have here a guy, government employee, using his office and money of government, cooking shabu and destroying the lives of so many millions of Filipinos. So what is there for me to say about it?
but there's circumstances of the killing, sir?
I will obey what the police will tell me because kasama kami sa gobyerno. I will not go there to find fault with the police. I did not even agree that they should be transferred. At least not now. Kasi pagka ganon, wala nang pulis magtrabaho.
Thank you, sir.
I hope that next time, the last time was about when you comment, kindly go to mga important matters. Do not go into trivialities about tuhod. Yan, nakaano ng media, naghanap ng, para bang i-picture ka na bastos. Eh kung sabihin ko kay sekretary, tignan naman tuhod niya, no, hindi siguro nagsisimba na yan. No, because she was a widow. Or she is a widow. Kaya sabi ko, siguro sa simbahan ko, tignan mo tuhod, hindi ba makapal. So, gusto mo siguro mag-akyat pa ako dito sa bugan. Thank you. Small time.